What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about some signs that you are a Norwegian. Today, I want to take a look at this Reddit discussion where someone asked, what's a subtle sign or symbol that someone is Norwegian? So basically, this is going to be a guide on how to spot a Norwegian. And I thought it would be fun to take a look at some of the top answers to this, starting with how do you spot a Norwegian by their backpack or suitcase from DB? DB? What is DB? Is this some kind of Norwegian backpack suitcase company or something? Is it that popular that you can really tell if someone is Norwegian from their backpack? I gotta look this up. What is this? This is called DB. Let me see if I can open this up in Google. Here we go. What's this? Okay, award-winning luggage? What is this? It's it's a suitcase company and backpacks. Oh, these are actually really nice. What? I've never heard of this. Innovative designs. Oh, wow. Is this popular in Norway? I've never heard of this before. These are very modern looking. Very Norwegian. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now, you know what? If I ever see that backpack or that suitcase, now I know. Now I know. That's a telltale sign that you might be a Norwegian. That's funny. That's a perfect example. Let's take a look at a couple more here. Signs that you might be a Norwegian if they speak Norwegian. I don't know why that's so funny. Because yes, that is that is a sign that you're Norwegian. I guess that counts. That's like the most obvious sign. You know what's interesting? Most Americans, if they heard Norwegian language being spoken, most of us wouldn't even know what language that is. Honestly, most Americans are not familiar with Norwegian, have never really heard it spoken, and wouldn't be able to identify it. So this one kind of counts if you can recognize Norwegian. But then yes, if someone's speaking Norwegian, that's probably a pretty clear sign that they're Norwegian. What else? That their autocorrect corrects stuff to Norwegian instead of English? What? What is this? This is like on your phone? Like when you have autocorrect on? Do Norwegians? I've never thought about this. I've never once thought about this. What? So, wait a minute. I saw what you did there. Og. Og. That's not a typo. Does that mean of in Norwegian? I just got that. And this, I saw what you did there. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got jokes now. So Norwegians, on your smartphone, you have it set to Norwegian language, right? But I imagine sometimes Norwegians text or look up things or read things in English, maybe, on your phone. So your phone, you might be typing in English, but it will autocorrect to a Norwegian word. Is that right? Is that a thing? I've never thought about that. I've never, because we're not bilingual in America, so wow. That is a good one. That is a really, so a sign, if you see someone's phone and it autocorrects to Norwegian, that's a clear sign that they're probably Norwegian. That is a good one. That's an obscure one. What are some other signs that you might be a Norwegian? The Raskbriller? Sports sunglasses. Oh, are these the super Norwegian sunglasses? Let me look up some pictures. Yep. Okay, these have a name. these these are those sunglasses, those crazy sunglasses that you see on Scandinavians, Norwegians. Yes, yes. Now, I don't know how many Americans actually know about these. I think so, but we might just associate it with like Scandinavia in general, maybe not specifically Norway. The sports sunglasses. This is great. So if you see someone out in the wild and they got a backpack from DB. They're speaking Norwegian. Their phone is autocorrecting to Norwegian. They've got Rask Briller sunglasses. That's telltale sign. You are going to be found out. Your cover is going to be blown. What are some other ones? Alvars Jacques? Oh, I have no idea what this means. Is this a jacket? It's a jacket. Let me look at this. This is some kind of Norwegian jacket? Oh, I would never have known about this. This is good stuff. Is this a brand or is this a type of jacket? Alvers jacket. Is this popular in Norway? Is this true? Wow, I've never. It looks like a nice jacket actually. Wow. Okay. That is a good one because that would be a telltale sign that you're from Norway, but that's not an obvious one. That's not one that most Americans know. That is a good one right there. Wow, I'm really learning all the Norwegian secrets today. I'm using this thread for fashion advice. Right, go get yourself an Alvers jacket if you want to be fashionable. What else are some signs that you might be a Norwegian um, needing about 5 cubic meters of space around them in every direction? Right, right, right. Norwegians do enjoy their personal space. I have seen pictures of Norwegians like waiting at the bus stop and like everyone is standing at least I don't know like 10 feet away from each other and this is this is good. Like don't get me wrong, in America most Americans enjoy our personal space at least like 2 or 3 feet, I think, but it's nowhere close to the amount of space that Norwegians seem to want. So this is a good one because I think a lot of Americans might not even notice this one, but it's true. It's true that if you're paying attention and notice that this person needs at least like 5 meters of space, then it's like they might be a Norwegian. They might just be Norwegian. What else here? For some years ago, my boyfriend, who is not Norwegian, and I went to Paris. At Charles de Gaulle, I saw a tall man wearing a sombrero and tennis socks. A tall man wearing a sombrero and tennis socks? I immediately told my boyfriend, he's Norwegian! My boyfriend doubted it until the tall guy yelled, Gardet Fayet til Gardermoen? What? I don't know what that means, but she was right. I why why is this a Norwegian thing? Wearing wearing a huge sombrero and tennis socks? What what is this for? I've never heard of this before. I do not understand. What? Yeah, sorry, not subtle. Yeah, that's not subtle at all. But I would not have associated a sombrero and tennis socks with Norway? Why is this a Norwegian thing? I'm a little confused, but now I know. It's it's hard to miss a person dressed up like that. You all leave your phone, wallet, and handbag on top of the tables when out. Wow, yes. This is a good one. This is a really good one. This is just a huge cultural difference between Norway and America for sure. Wow. So in Norway, I think there's a lot higher level of trust going on and not as much crime. And people trust each other more, for sure, in Norway. I think so. Compared to America, for sure. We don't trust each other at all here. So in America, you never just leave your wallet or your bag sitting on top of a table. You definitely don't leave the table. You definitely don't leave your stuff at the table, ever. But also, I don't ever leave my wallet on the table out in the open, even if I'm near it. I don't know why. It just makes me uncomfortable. It's like something we're all programmed to do in America. I don't know. Because of the lack of trust. But in Norway, I guess you're not really thinking about that. You're not really thinking that someone is gonna steal your stuff. It's weird because in a lot of parts of America, you feel pretty safe. Like no one's gonna steal your things. But even still, I would never leave my phone and wallet out. I would feel like exposed. That's so interesting. That is a good one. This is a good one. That is a sign that you are not from America. If you leave your stuff out, if you're not really worried about your stuff, that really is a sign. And it's also like kind of sad about America that Norwegians can feel like you can leave your stuff out. That's a good thing. But that is a good difference. That's interesting. What else? Signs that you're Norwegian. If they become overly excited when something Norwegian is mentioned randomly in international outlets. Yeah, this is a good one. Like in America, we are so accustomed to American things being talked about internationally. Like when America is mentioned in the news, even in other countries, it's not very shocking to us. It's normal. We seem to be in the news a lot and talked about as a country. But I guess Norwegians kind of feel like Norway is not talked about as much, maybe internationally, or at least in America, Norway is definitely not talked about enough. I mean, to be fair, most countries are not talked about in America. America just talks about America. So don't even feel bad. It's really every country. But Norwegians, if you're getting really excited when you're mentioned in the news, that is very Norwegian. That's like, yes, we were mentioned. That's funny. That's nice. Okay. I've lived abroad, so I'm pretty good at spotting Norwegians. Okay. How do you spot them? How do you spot Norwegians? Several men in London that wear a raincoat and a backpack over a business suit. And they're walking in a way that reflects the fitness of Norwegian men that they often have from running and skiing. Oh, Norwegian people are probably more healthy and more athletic because you're outside more and maybe skiing or doing something outdoors. Wow, that's a nice stereotype to have, isn't it? That you're really athletic as a culture. So you guys really like raincoats and backpacks over a business suit. So you still like to dress very well, very very well, and you walk with reflecting your fitness. Okay, two girls in Hawaii that looked like their family came from Sri Lanka and East Asia, but I was able to clock them as Norwegian right away. He was able to identify these people as Norwegian. Bik Bok style clothing? Bik Bok? I gotta look that up. What does that mean? Bik Bok? This is a brand? Yeah. What is this? Let me look at the products. What are these? It's like casual clothing? What? Bik Bok clothing? Wearing cute backpacks, the backpacks. Apparently Norwegians love cool backpacks. With decorations from the style I've seen in Oslo. Wow, so there's a lot of fashion. There's a lot of fashion and clothing that identifies Norwegians, apparently. I had no idea. If you know these subtleties about Norwegian culture, there are some ways to spot a Norwegian out in the wild. I feel like this is a nature documentary or something. Um, a family of four moved into a house near me with two Porsche in the driveway. So, really expensive cars. The kids were wearing Abercrombie. They both looked like their family was from Africa, but what I described and how they interacted with their kids and how they carried themselves made me certain that they were Norwegian, and they were. Really? So this person could tell just from observing the behavior of this family, just how they interacted with each other, how they carried themselves. He was able to tell that they're Norwegian. What does that mean? Norwegians carry themselves in a certain way. I wonder what that means exactly. I will confess that one time I spotted someone I assumed was Norwegian, but they were German. Okay, so this person has not a perfect record, but that's impressive, honestly. Turbuxer? Turbuxer. That's the most American way to say this. This is another fashion brand. So there's some specific fashion and clothing. This is pants. There's some specific stuff Norwegians like. It's pretty cool. Outdoor clothing. Yes. Yes, because in America, like, most people wear jeans or athleisure clothing, like comfortable clothing, sweatpants and stuff like that. But this outdoor clothing, like hiking clothing, we don't have any of that. We are not doing the hiking here in America. So that would really stick out. That's a good one. Not looking before they cross the road at a pedestrian crossing. Whoa, really? This is interesting. So when you're crossing the street, don't you look both ways, or why would you not look while crossing the street? Because you trust the cars? Is that it? Is it a trust thing? Well, here in America, you always assume that the cars are driven by crazy people. You always look both ways. I would never feel comfortable enough to cross the street without looking. I do not trust American drivers. Reaching across the entire table to grab salt at restaurants? Is this a Norwegian thing? Do you not wouldn't you just ask, like, hey, can someone pass the salt? You reach across the entire table? Uh that's considered rude in America. That's considered kind of rude. That is really random. That is really random. Is that a Norwegian thing? That's great. Rearranging furniture at restaurants, counting money in the open by an ATM. Yeah, again, just like counting your money in the open, like it just, most Americans would be too uncomfortable to do that. Wow, there's a lot of Norwegian behaviors and like clothing and other visual cues that really you have a fair chance of identifying a random person as a Norwegian using these using these suggestions. You have a fair chance. I had no idea. This could be like a book. They really could make a guide on how to spot a Norwegian. This was very fun for me. I thought this would be kind of a funny discussion to take a look at. And if I ever need to spot a Norwegian randomly, maybe now I have a chance. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these signs that you might be a Norwegian, or any of your own suggestions on how to spot a Norwegian. That'd be very fun to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway and Norwegian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.